Hey guys, back at it again. Not going to be on a car today. I'm going to be on a new project that I have. Obviously, the many projects I have. Still got the cars. They're going slowly. It is getting close to Christmas, so people are not really buying anything. But it doesn't matter. It's all about fixing the stuff. That's all I care about. So let's get to it, and we'll strip apart something that I have. So here we are. My new project. This is how I got it, in bits. Excuse the mess at the back, don't worry about that. But yes, as you can see, pistons and heads are all off. But this block is a 402. The 402 is around 1970. Originally it was a 396, and then GM, I think they had loads of these blocks that I've had like damaged cylinders or overbore or something like that. Instead of just chucking them away, they bored them out themselves. They made the 402. These are all put in sort of trucks, El Caminos, I think some Camaros, like SS's and stuff like that. Yeah, so this is my 402. Initially, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I might put it in my Chevy. Not sure yet, but we're going to just go through it. The block looks really nice. Obviously, I'm going to hone it out. I've cleaned it up as best as I can right now. The cam, I've got the cam down there and the crank down there at the moment. I've basically cleaned everything out right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the cylinders and rehome them. Excuse my voice, I've got a bit of a cold at the moment. And I'll show you the crank, the cam, how badly worn that is as well. So this 402 block has been hammered over the years. I mean, you've got to expect it for, how old is it now? 50 years? Yeah, 50 years old? 50-year-old block. It's seen better days, but it's in really good condition. Looking at obviously the old pistons and stuff like that, bits sort of build up, but still not that bad. Not really any scoring. I think there is a little bit of surface rust somewhere. Yeah, it's a tiny bit of surface. That's why we're going to just clean them up, rehone them. Obviously the top part is all nice and flush. Whether we get that ground out, I don't know yet. We'll see when we hone it and see if there's anything, if we need to rebore it out to, what would it be, +4, I believe. So it'd be, the block would be a 410. But I'm jumping ahead of the game at the moment, so what we're going to do is we're going to rehone it and let's get that sorted. Right, we're going to pull this balancer off, and we've got the balancer tool. It's a bit worn out, this one. Where's that label gone? I bought this a while back to take the steering wheel off for my Impala, and yeah, I've used it a couple of times to take the steering wheel off, to be honest with you. And today we're going to use it on this to take the balancer off, so we can get the crank, get it stripped down nicely, and we can start cleaning this thing up.
Inspiration, imagination, improvisation.
Right, so we're going to whip off the timing cover. Obviously I've taken the balancer off, and it has a little keyway, which I'll just leave that in there for now, so I don't think it's going to drop out. So we're going to take this, some of the bolts are already taken off or missing, so it should be 7/16, 11 mil. So whisk these bolts off and we can take this cover off. Right, so I've loosened them all off, well, what's left anyway. So let's just get these undone. So my plan was for this 402 block to get bored out to 410. But I've realised that the big block won't sit nicely in my car because it's right-hand drive, so steering box and all that's in the way. It's quite a snug fit where everything is, compared to if you had a left-hand drive car or American car, whatever. It would sit in there a lot better just because that's the way they built it. I probably could modify it so it can fit this lamp. Do I want to? Not right now. So, okay, well, this is how I got the engine. So, as you can see, half the stuff has been dismantled, but I don't care. I'm going to replace all this, the gearing, the timing chain. It's all going to come off anyway. And obviously we're going to take the cam out, but we're going to concentrate on taking the crank out. Right, so we're going to take the crank off, obviously. We're going to take this part off, which needs this bolt to be released, which is, what is that, 7/16? It's like a 16 mil, you know, if you really want to, but 7/16. So whiz this off. I've already loosened it, so let's get to it. Right, we are stripped down and down to nothing. Obviously I've got my crank and cam down there. Cam's a bit worn out, to be honest with you. It's got some dents in it. This thing has been beaten up. I'll probably end up grounding out the crank, but the bores themselves look really nice. I don't know if you can see it. Obviously it's covered in Vaseline to protect it, but once I wash everything out, let's see, all the bores are clean as anything. I'll clean it all out, measure it all up, make sure it's good as gold and there's no scores. And we'll test fit the pistons, the old ones, make sure they're all good. And we'll get new rings and everything else, and slowly but surely get this thing back together, ready for its new home. Right, so we've got everything off the block. We've cleaned up the cylinders, as you can see. I mean, there's nothing, there's slight marks, shall I say, and the worst one is here. You can feel it very faint. Now I'm going to use, and the rest of them are okay, but I'm going to use a honing tool. That one, like I say, excuse me, I got a bit of a cold, so we're going to use that and just score it out a little bit and see if we can get rid of that. If not, like I say, then it's going to have to be bored out, unfortunately. But let's get this on and get this unpackaged, get that on there, and let's go. Yeah, just wanted to point out as well, There are different types of honing tools. I don't know why it's not zooming in nicely. Don't go and buy a cheap one. Most of these ones, the pads and that, they fall off. It's just, go for a little bit more expensive. I think this one cost me 25 quid, 30 quid, something like that. And obviously they got the different sizes on the back as well. 2 to 7 inches in diameter. Make sure you've got the right size for you. So let's get this started. And what we're going to do is going to line each cylinder, or do one at a time, with WD-40. Get it nice and wet. We don't want it to burn up or score. That's done. So I've lubricated it and put it on in, because I don't have any lights in here at the moment, just because electrical issues. That's another project, but that's me for now. I'm going to leave it like that. Obviously I'm going to just grease the cylinders up so they don't rust, and then I'm going to move on to the pistons, clean them up, get new rings on them, slide them in, and obviously get that grounded out at the same time so we can get this back in, and then figure out what cam, if I should put a standard cam or what type of cam would be best. If anybody knows or anybody has any suggestions, should I put a standard cam, maybe keep the same heads, or should I go for something a bit more high lifting? Can't get my words out. Something a bit more of a lift on the cam, and could I keep the standard heads? Yeah, if anybody knows, let me know, or if there are any ideas what I can do with this block. All right, for now I'll leave you with the rest of my videos. Go check them out. There's going to be odds and sods of bits and pieces. And later I'll reveal what's under there, and we'll move on to other projects at some point that we're going to get into, probably after Christmas, with this car. But yeah, but for now, ciao.